Today is my guest, Mr. Achim Fabig of Consul General of Germany in Mumbai. But he's not only confined to Mumbai, he is a true India friend. He's deep-rooted his relation from 1991 to till 2024. Welcome to Mr. Fabig to our show, Walk with Mr. Fabig.
Welcome, Kaushik. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I just ask you, today you are Consul General of Mumbai, and now you have enrouted to 1991. I want to know about those days. We in Chamber of Commerce and to Maximum Brabant. You have been to seen India for 2 decades.
Yes, thank you, Kaushik. I think it's a very interesting time, and it's a very interesting period of time to look at, because a lot of things happening in India, a lot of changes. I remember very well when I first came, it was actually December 1990. The one prime source of information was Doordarshan, and I think I had to wait till Friday evening to hear a little bit of English news, and the world was a little bit further away. But then suddenly, with the opening up of India, 91, 92, there was news everywhere. All the video channels were coming in. You would have people saying that I can't make it because I'm watching The Bold and the Beautiful, and there's a completely different India. And so this has been a very exciting time, and of course it's been a lot and a long journey where so many things are happening that in part it's difficult to recognize the India that was then and the India that is today. It's really almost like we're in a different country at times.
Just to some experience, what you felt in 1991, you were there as an internship with the Indo-German Chambers, the business side, and also with Maximum Brabant. 2 different ways. You on the cultural side with Maximum Brabant, and also with the Chamber of Commerce, as Indo-Chamber of Commerce as an internship, and you work with them. What is at that point of time cultural milieu, and what is the time of the business milieu of India?
So I think I was much more affiliated with the cultural sort of events that were happening, and the culture that is presenting itself, and for us to learn about the culture. And the Goethe Institute is of course also looking to present German culture here, but for me, picking up culture and the diversity in the culture, that was something amazing, and seeing how different religions, how the diversity plays into it, how music is shaped and changed in various parts of India. We really had a very interesting time following Karnatik music for a while. I remember there's people that are telling me if ever you listen to MS Subbulakshmi in the morning, you will have tears in your eyes. And the feeling and the passion about culture that a lot of people have and share, it's amazing. One other thing is, I remember very well when we were in Chennai later on, going to the music academy, a lot of people next to you, they were clapping the beat, and they knew exactly their culture. They had a very deep understanding of dance, of music, of literature and arts, and it's really what we're trying to recover a little bit while we're here in Mumbai as well. What are the gems? What are the hidden gems? Where's the history? And also, where does the history come together with German elements?
And what about that point of time? You also the contrast in music and to culture to business. And what at that point of time business attracts you to Indian business? And that was 1991, and that was a lot of changes happened. So the bilateral changes of business. What about that point of time you feel attracted on the cooperation or business point of view to Indo-German relationship? One side the culture, and other is a business point of view.
So from a business point of view, I think over the last 10, 15 years, maybe we've seen an incredible amount of growth. Mumbai has always been, Mumbai and Maharashtra in that sense, the hotspot for German industrial engagement. There's a lot of automation, automotive, mechanical engineering happening, and this is growing, and I think the more presence we show here, the more areas we're looking at as well, areas for industry, but also something that has not happened so much over the early couple of years is targeting the Indian consumer. And now there's a lot of brands that have come in from Germany that look at the consumer and trying to reach out to the consumer as well. We have like a lot of very successful car companies and manufacturers here. And I think we are more and more understanding that this is a market not just to produce and produce with a very high level of quality, but also a market to meet the consumer and see what is his expectations, what can we offer in, what can we bring in, and I still see a lot of growth. And for many years, I think the Indo-German relations, they have been, from a business point of view, keeping at the same sort of level, but the last 2 years, I think we really saw a huge rise in bilateral engagement. And now we're on the $30+ billion mark of bilateral trade, and hopefully we'll keep raising that bar.
When you back to India as a diplomatic way in 2018 in Chennai as a Consul General, And you have also the way in 91 with the culture and business, and the first time when you become assigned as a Consul General of India, Consul General of Germany in representing Germany in the area of Chennai. So that was the first thing as a diplomat to India, and you also have a relationship to 90s about the business and also a cultural way. When you take over that, the Consul General of Germany in Chennai, what was your feeling that point of time to recollect the memories which you have?
So one of the first memories I have from my first time in India was going to the Indian Film Festival that was held at the time in Chennai, and I saw a Mani Ratnam film there, Anjali, which somehow remained with me and made me always more keen to understand and learn. And when we went to Chennai, we had the privilege of finding a house right next door to Rajinikanth. Yes. And Jayalalitha around the corner, but like the privilege of knowing that, yes, this is Rajinikanth, Kamal Hassan was around the corner. This is a city where what until then has been sort of very distant and something you see on film had become a reality. So it was a fantastic opportunity for us to come to Chennai.
Yeah, now again we back to Mumbai, again back to India as a Consul General of Germany in Mumbai. And again, Mumbai is known for Maharashtra, particularly Mumbai, known for the Bollywood industry and culture. So you feel that how to be cooperate with our cultural milieu to Germany together? What was your vision and now?
So I think there's a number of things that come into play. First of all, what we see in Germany right now is that the Indian diaspora is growing. So in that sense, I think for us it's important to further the understanding of what is Germany here in India, here in Mumbai and in Maharashtra, as much as help furthering the understanding of what is India today, what is Maharashtra in Germany. So we're trying sort of to look at some projects that we can sort of see. There's a bridge, of course, through film festivals that are being held in Germany. The number of film festivals is rising. Hamburg, Stuttgart, and of course the Berlinale is consistently seeing Indian films being presented, Indian actors and directors, and not just the big Bollywood, but also documentaries and a number of other maybe lesser known but equally exciting projects. On the other hand, what we're trying to do is we try to help resurface a little bit the German engagement that had been prominent in Mumbai in the 30s and 40s. And we just had the opportunity to launch a book about Rudy van Leyden, who was an art critic and who was very helpful in the context of the Progressive Artist Group being set up. We will now next month look at Josef Wirsching, who's been a cameraman who came to India from Germany and stayed till to the 70s. I think he died on the set of Pakiza, so someone who has been really all his life dedicated and highly involved. And we see there's a number of other instances where Germans have come here to work in the industry. Franz Osten, a director who filmed with Himanshu Rai and Devika Rani, and there's a famous German architect who came to build up Jamshedpur for the Tatars, Otto Königsberger. So it's a lot of little things to be found out where there has been a German engagement, and we're trying to help a little bit to resurface that, to understand that really we have been involved for a long, long time. The consulate itself had been founded when there was no Germany. It had been founded as a Prussian legation in 1856. So we have a long presence here, and we try to make this presence a little bit more prominently known and learn about what happened, the people that had been here, and of course trying to bridge what can we do today about this.
You have said that when you're in your tenure in first I have seen in Chennai with Mani Ratnam's Anjali. So any other films, and when you come back again in Mumbai, so any other film resonate you to make more like your impact? Any other film just you can recollect in Mumbai?
I think there's a bunch of films that will always help me to recollect with Mumbai and through the ages really. But I think it's like the first film in a different culture that opens up something for you is something that you will not forget. And so what I'm sort of what I like in films is that someone is telling a different story, a story that is important, has a message, and in that sense sort of stays with you and makes you think. And I think one of the last films I've seen, Danki, Shah Rukh Khan, story about migration and the hardships of trying to go the donkey route, illegal immigration. I think it's a very, very important film. There's a lot to learn and storylines that are different, that changed sort of the way that you look at it. I really liked another film we've seen some time ago about domestic violence, Darlings it was called. We liked Shefali Shah when she was doing the Delhi crime, and someone telling you a story that you stop and think, I think, and not to be taken away, and like lots of colors and music. There's beautiful films like that. But when you leave the cinema and think about the story and think, wow, this is quite something I have not looked at it that way, and it stays with you, I think that's the best that cinema can achieve.
And now I'm coming to film Bollywood to be Bollywood to business, and I think last year's 2023 is a very significant years for Indo-German relationship. And what you felt about that business point of view or social point of view, how you think about look back 2023 as a landmark for our Indo-German relationship? What was your significance in your mind?
So indeed, I think 2023 in many aspects has been a big year for Indo-German relations. One of the issues, of course, that we're looking at, the number of Indian students in Germany is rising. It's rising consistently. So last year, I think we had 43,000 Indian students already in Germany, and that marks the highest number of foreign students. We expect this number to rise this year. As I said, last year we managed to hit the $30 billion trade volume that we have been striving for quite some time. But also in the course of the very, very successful G20 presidency that India held, we had a number of high-level delegations coming here. A number of ministers coming to Mumbai and Maharashtra. And as I observed, a lot of them, they came a day earlier or 2 days earlier, or put a day at the end, because they wanted to see India, they wanted to understand what is happening and to learn and experience India. And in that sense, we already have a number of delegations lined up for this year. We're looking forward in October to the next round of intergovernmental consultations that the German government has with India. This time we expect the German government to come to Delhi. The Asia-Pacific Conference of the German business community will take place in Delhi as well in India. And this is where the big shots, the really, really important CEOs of the big German companies will come together. From the whole region, and they will discuss and talk where is this going, what trends do we observe, and what are the challenges and what are the opportunities. So this is a big time for us, and we're quite happy to see that the engagement is there. It's steadily growing, and with it, and I said that earlier, I think with it, what is important is people want to learn and understand. And they, a lot of people may have an India in mind, but to come here and see that, okay, this is India, this is the youth that we're talking to, this is the business that we're engaging with. This is the culture from which we can learn, where we can connect, and there's so many areas of discussion. It's really amazing.
Now we have discussed about the Bollywood, we discussed about the business, and also with Germany, without talking about the football, is not to be finished off. In its new beginning with football in 2024 Euro in Germany, and Maharashtra and Mumbai is also fans of footballs of Germany. What's your plan to promote 2024 Euro as a Consul Germany to put in Mumbai? What was your talk about the football can connect more people? What is your idea how we can envisage the 2024 Euro to the people of Mumbai to be in the Euro?
Well, first of all, Germany is very happy and very pleased to host the Euro 2024. And I think maybe some people may remember back to the early 2000s when we hosted the World Cup, and there was a vibe in the air, like I think people still call it the German summer, and a feeling that the world is coming to Germany. And we want to recreate that vibe, of course. We want to be hosts. We want to be a very good host to the world, and we hope that a lot of people are coming. And we see that there is a growing interest in football, and especially in Maharashtra now through the engagement of the Bundesliga of Bayern München. There's a lot of room to really get this closer together and get this sort of focused, where we can see that, okay, there's a huge interest, and how can we step this up, and how can we go a little bit further and tap into that interest. And in that sense, I think Germany football, of course, is a popular sport. That means, like, if you have nothing to do, you just walk out, meet with some friends, and you play football wherever you have a place. If you look around here, that is cricket, and the big challenge, I think, is to challenge that a little bit, not change it, but challenge it in a way that maybe if it's not time for cricket, then you just get a ball and play a little bit as well.
Yeah, this is very interesting about, you mentioned that Bundesliga and Bayern München has a good cooperations to India, and also Oliver visited last year and have a lot of cooperations done. Oliver Kahn is a big impact on Indian football for his farewell match till now. So how do you think about, now I'm asking Mr. Fabig, as a Friends of India, what would be your vision Indo-German relation to coming days as a friend of India, and what is your suggestions to young minds and German youth exchange, or both the new generation is a future of both the countries' relationship? What do you emphasize and what your vision about this?
No, thank you. I think what is important is that we really understand where is India in this world today, where is Germany in this world today, and I think, like so many other countries in this world of high turbulence, whether it's climate change and everything that's connected to that, whether it's the wars of aggression that are taking place and that we're witnessing from afar, we need to find reliable partners. And to find reliable and strategic partners, we have to get a better understanding of each other. So one wish for me would be that the number of Indians going to Germany increases, and the other wish would be the number of Germans coming to India would equally increase. That can be students, that can be businessmen, that can be tourists, but we need to understand that we have possibly something in our mind, and the Germany of today is more than Oktoberfest and Autobahn. The India of today is more than Bollywood, and in that sense see that there's a vast subcontinent to discover here. There's a lot of layers of culture to discover here. There's a whole lot of history to discover here, and put that together and learn about the people, learn about their aspirations. There's a whole lot of talent here. And in that context, of course, Germany, who needs a lot of talent in the IT sector, but also in other sectors, is very interested in facilitating a way of getting skilled labor from India to come to Germany and work and live in Germany and settle there. And we see that it's slowly moving ahead as well. But if you ask me, the one wish I have is for us to understand each other better and to invest in this friendship and partnership, and invest by coming here, by coming again, by trying to see the different perspective, by trying to see the aspirations, and by trying to understand each other on a different level. And I think we're in a good way, but of course we can improve that. We can have more exchange programs working, we can have more people traveling, and as I said, we need to encourage more Germans to come and study here. I personally, I did apply to study law in Bangalore, I think in the 90s, and I got accepted, but then something tipped it and I went to London instead. But this idea that it's perfectly normal in any line of study, not just engineering or IT as we know it, but in any line of studying, to look at India and to come here and experience life is very, very important for German students as well.
Mr. Fabig, for your wonderful insight about Indo-German relationship, and it is really a pleasure to be having our show, and really you carry forward our relationship at much next level during your tenure in Mumbai, not only in Mumbai to India. Once again, thanks so much, Fabig, for your wonderful insight and wonderful vision how we can grow our relationship with the next level. Once again, thank you. And yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet a person which has a tremendous friendship insight about India. His bonding with India from 1991 to continue 2024. And we should have thanks for all of his insight about how our Indo-German relationship to the next level. Thanks you again.